Kim Basinger's presence was impossible to ignore. At 5 feet 7 inches, she stood tall, not just in height but in sheer star power. But long before Hollywood, before the flashing cameras and red carpets, she was just a quiet girl from Athens, Georgia, too shy to even speak in class. No one could have guessed that this same girl would go on to become one of the most recognizable faces in Hollywood. Her story could have gone in an entirely different direction if it weren't for a simple bet with her father. A local pageant was coming up, and Kim had no interest in it. But her father dared her to enter, and she took the challenge. When the moment came, she stepped onto the stage and sang, "Wouldn't It Be Loverly?" Her voice shook, her heart pounded, but something incredible happened. She won. That single night changed everything. With her mother's encouragement, Kim set out to build a career in modeling. Her beauty was undeniable, and it wasn't long before she was signed by the Ford Modeling Agency in New York. At just 20 years old, she was making $1,000 a day, appearing on magazine covers, and rubbing shoulders with the biggest names in fashion. But something was missing. Modeling brought money and fame, but it wasn't enough. She wanted more. She wanted to act. Hollywood wasn't exactly waiting for her with open arms. At first, she landed small TV roles, including an appearance on Charlie's Angels. It was work, but nothing groundbreaking. Then came a chance that changed everything. She was cast as a Bond girl in Never Say Never Again alongside Sean Connery. The role made her an international sensation, but Kim wasn't interested in just being a pretty face. She wanted respect as an actress, and she was willing to take risks to get it. One of those risks was posing for Playboy in 1981. The decision shocked her family, confused her friends, and made headlines. But it also worked. Suddenly, directors started paying attention. They saw not just her beauty, but her confidence, her charisma. She proved she could handle serious roles when she starred in The Natural, earning a Golden Globe nomination in the process. Fame, however, came with a price. Behind the scenes, Kim was battling severe anxiety. It wasn't just stage fright. It was a level of fear that made everyday life difficult. She had inherited it from her mother, who also struggled with anxiety. At one point, Kim's fear became so overwhelming that she couldn't leave her house for months. And yet, every time the cameras rolled, she gave performances that left audiences speechless. Then came 912 Weeks, a film that would become legendary, but not for reasons Kim was comfortable with. The intense emotional demands of the role, combined with the director's manipulative techniques, left her mentally exhausted. What audiences saw on screen wasn't just acting. It was raw, real, and painfully close to home. The experience took its toll, but Kim kept pushing forward. By the late 80s, she was one of the biggest stars in Hollywood. Batman cemented her status, proving she could hold her own alongside the biggest names in the industry. But while her career was soaring, her personal life was crumbling. Her marriage to makeup artist Ron Snyder ended in a bitter divorce. Then came her high-profile relationship with Alec Baldwin. Their chemistry was undeniable, but their marriage was filled with explosive arguments, and when it ended, their custody battle over their daughter, Ireland, dragged on for 7 years. As if that wasn't enough, Kim's financial troubles nearly destroyed her. She made a bold move, buying most of the small town of Brazelton, Georgia, with dreams of turning it into a tourist attraction. But the project failed, leaving her millions of dollars in debt. On top of that, she was sued for backing out of the film Boxing Helena, a legal battle that cost her even more. When the dust settled, she was forced to file for bankruptcy. Hollywood seemed to move on without her. Then, just when everyone thought she was finished, she did the unthinkable. She returned to the big screen with L.A. Confidential. The role of Lynn Bracken wasn't just another performance. It was a statement. It reminded the world of the actress she had always been. The industry took notice, and so did the Academy. She won an Oscar for Best Supporting Actress, proving that she was more than just a pretty face. She was a force. After that, Kim stepped away from Hollywood, but not because she had to. This time, it was by choice. She focused on causes she cared about, becoming a passionate advocate for animal rights and working closely with PETA. While she still acted occasionally, her priorities shifted. Fame had never been what she truly wanted. It was the art, the challenge, the love of performance that had driven her all along. Kim Basinger's story is one of resilience. She faced fame, failure, anxiety, and heartbreak. But she never let any of it break her. Even at her lowest moments, she found a way to rise again.